Good. Start. Okay. In this week, we are still talking about the competitive advantage. Competitive advantage here. Competitive advantage. Second, competitive advantage. And so far we learned about the resource-based view approach to explain to understand what is the source of the competitive advantage. If we have a more better resource, maybe we can win without fighting. Okay. And more specifically, so we talked about the scarce resource theory. What is the root cause and what is the root source of the competitive advantage according to scarce resource theory? That usually comes from the people side. People side, because that the people is not easy to imitate it. People cannot be easily replicable. People side, like people cannot be easily imitated. Okay, so according to the resource-based view, especially the scarce resource theory, okay, people make a difference. People make a competitive advantage that is distinguishable from our competitor. Okay, that is a resource-based view. That is a scarce resource theory. Okay, then what is the source of the competitive advantage? People, specifically what? That is competencies from people, core competencies from people. Okay, what is the core competencies? That is, what is core competence? Okay, competitive advantage. That come from, that come from the core competencies. Okay, and what is the core competency? Core competency are related with, what is that? People's KSAO. What are KSAOs? And what are KSAOs? Who comes more? Jerry comes. Claire. Where is Claire? Ken is coming. Chloe, where is Chloe? Chloe, I will torture you. I got tortured. Where is Chloe? So, here are you. Do I have any technical problem? Oh, something wrong. Am I dead? Let's see. That's knowledge, skill, ability, and others. Okay, that is all related with the people's knowing. That is the reason why we talk a lot about it. What is the structure of the knowing and how we can understand that the knowing. And then that is the reason why we keep learning something in order to develop, in order to keep our knowledge. Knowledge. And we must keep learning in order to be more competitive. Okay, because that help us to have more competencies. Okay, so that is a competence-based approach in order to understand that the source of the competitive advantage. Okay, good. And in this week, we are mainly talking about multiple capitals. That's another alternative approach to understand that the source of the competitive advantage. Okay, and mainly because we are business. Okay, we want to secure the money. We want to get more money. We want to make more Money. What the hell is the money? Traditionally, we understand the money as a financial capital. Financial capital. However, as the Karl Marx insisted, okay, money is time, okay? So we developed multiple capitals in order to understand that the competitive advantage. Simply, if we have more money, we can win without fighting. Okay, that's simple. That's simple idea about the multiple capital approach. What if we have more money? Maybe we can win without fighting. Okay, what if we can have a more organizational capability that can realize a good idea into a product or a service? Absolutely, that is a capital. And you know the social capital is very important. 关系, 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 关系. Yeah, help me. Yeah, what is 关系? 关系. 关, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 关系, 关系. Am I right? Yeah, 关系. Thank you, Claire. So, 关系 is money. Social network. The quality of the social network and the social relations is money. Okay, whom do you know to make a business? And according to the social capital theory, there are two different types of the ties: strong tie and weak tie. And between these two tie structure, which one give more business chance? Which one give more capital? Strong tie or weak tie? Anybody remember? Absolutely. Weak tie. You know me. I know some of my friends in Korea who are now running a business, and then even though you don't know my Korean friend who runs a business, okay, maybe I can be a bridge. Okay, then I know you, I know my friend, and I can connect with you. And to make a business. This is a weak tie. Okay? So then, what is the best strategy to secure this kind of the value of a weak tie? This kind of the social capital? What is the best strategy to develop this kind of social capital? Drinking baijiu soju. Do golf together and do the bad things together. Hey, we are living in the 21st century. We have a lot of social network services. So what is the best strategy to cultivate and to create and to sustain the best of the best social capital? I said something. Energy and yeah, absolutely. How? How? Yeah, we mainly talking about that today. Exactly. Be a good person. Be a nice person. Okay, so that's simple. That's simple. But however, is it easy to be a good person? No. Anyway, that is the reason why we need to be nice first. Okay, please be nice first. That would be better. That is the best strategy. Okay, and yeah, probably maybe I want to have a chance to talk about it. Okay, so strategy. Maybe you may know this. T for tat. Do you know the strategy of the T for tat? I for I, twos for twos. So T for tat. That is I for I, and the twos for twos. Go. Okay, and actually, so we studied a lot about the kinds of economic strategies, how we can win, and when we can win, and what is the best strategy so far to win over my competitor. And according to the most recent researches, and then the best strategy is T for tat. When your competitor or when your friend, when your partner cheat on you, you cheat on hard. If your partner is good, you need to be good. T for tat. Okay, so then how we can win over the game? We'd better to start with nice. With the exercise that our first action, it must be nice. Don't cheat, okay? First, nice. Then if somebody, maybe, if somebody will be nice, and then we can build a good social relations. However, you nice, you start with nice, and however somebody cheat on you, you kick them out. Simple. No matter what they do, and then you will respond as they act. That's a simple tit for tat. Something bad, I will be bad. Something good, I will be good. However, I will start with good. That's the best strategy so far. And however, from the many simulations, the best strategy, the winning strategy is incremental tit for tat strategy. Incremental tit for tat, or tit for tat is the best strategy to win. However, in order to exercise this, you better to start nice. Always. Okay. Start with nice. Be a good person in order to build a good social capital. Okay, good. And we talked about the human capital, and simply the human capital can be understood as a competency. Okay, and that is KSAOs. What do you know? What do you know about something? Many times people misunderstand, I know something. But actually, many people do not know anything. Okay, and as I give you an example. Okay, do you know light? Or okay, so maybe I ask a more relevancy. Do you know business? Everyone is now learning about the business, and you have learned the business for 4 years, isn't it? You are now graduating. So, can you tell me what is? Can you tell me what is the business? What is the business? I can tell the purpose of the business is simple. Okay, to make money. That's the purpose of the business. No. I'm asking about what is the business, how business can make you make money. Somebody can tell? Do you know business? Anybody can say, I know business. Can you tell me what is the business? Production, buying, and selling. Integration of the resources. I hope so. Partial. What if there is no resource? But how about we should make a business? What if we don't have any buying and selling production process? We can make a business to make money. Okay, so profit generate activity. Okay, so what is that? Making use of network. Communication department. Communication department, networking, making use of the networking. Did you measure the communication? Profit generation activities, and what do you think about the economy major? We can make a business when there is a gap in the market. What if there is no gap? We cannot make anything. There is no gap. What if there is no gap? We should be able to make a need. Meet the demand. Just meet the demand? Probably. So like this, even though we learned the business for more than 4 years, can we define that? Can we tell the business in one sentence? So knowing is not easy, as we observed. Even though we spend around personally I spend around 20 years for making business. But however, still I don't know. How can I tell what is exactly the business? I have my definition, but however, that's my definition. I have far more things to understand. I have tons of thousands of things that I need to learn to understand the business. That's the reason why I am running. Okay? And yeah, for example, so something is changing. And in this year, we have a coronavirus. We have a coronavirus issue. In this situation, and can we do something as a business expert or the management scholar? Can we do something? Absolutely, because we must do something. Because we are expert, we are the problem solver, especially in the managing money and managing people. And many countries keep failing in managing money and managing people, especially how we can manage the nurses and the doctors. Do you believe that many countries are good at managing nurses and doctors to make something happen? No. Many doctors and nurses, they lost their life. Why? Why they lost their life? Because they infected something. They got infected. Okay, why they get infected? Exactly. No protection. Why they cannot protect themselves? Why they could not protect themselves? Because of lack of medical devices and lack of people. Don't you think so? Simply because they do not have enough mask, they do not have they didn't have enough the protective sleeve, and they didn't have enough number of the people who can exchange them. They got infected, even though they are the best of the best, the medical or the healthcare expert. But however, they got infected and they lost their life. Who is responsible of the providing the medical devices, protecting medical devices? Who were responsible for people, shift management, human resource management? Management, I think so. And that is the biggest crisis for me. In this crisis, we totally failed in managing people because we didn't have enough people who has a good human capital. We are not good at managing something. I think so. And then I'm thinking, okay, what can we do? Anyway, that is a human capital. Okay, and today I want to tab a little more about the capital. I may talk about the psychological capital. Psychological capital. And psychological capital is the positivity. Okay, maybe here. Can't connect. Millie, what is wrong? Okay, I'm waiting. Have your time. I'm recording. Okay, don't worry. Okay. So the psychological capital is more recent concepts, okay, in order to explain the human motivation or the human energy, whatever. And the psychological capital is composed with that self-efficacy, hope, optimism, and resiliency. Okay, and do you remember the greed, decision-making, greed? Do you remember? Angela Duckworth proposed that the greed. Greed. What is greed? Do you remember what is the greed? You forget everything. Hey, let's do it. Holy, what is greed? What the Angela Duckworth proposed? What is greed? What are those four greed? What are those greed? Greed, G, what? I, R, what? T, what is that? Tao, greed. What is greed? Do you remember? Let's see. Gina, greed. What is greed? Greed was growth mindset, okay, resiliency, intrinsic motivation, and tenacity. Now, there are a few number of the different versions, but mainly greed is representing the growth mindset, resiliency, intrinsic motivation, and the tenacity. Okay, and that is positivity. And like this, especially in the working, especially in the professional business, greed is working in the education field. Okay. However, the psychological capital is working on the business or the management, professional. Okay. And in the business or the professional, the management field of the study, and we conceptualize that, okay, these four factors of this four mindset is necessary to keep our motivation and to keep our energy to work. This is defined as a psychological capital. Self-efficacy. Do you believe in yourself? You can do something. Okay. Self-confidence. If you do not believe in yourself, can you do something? No. Self-efficacy or self-confidence is one of the most important positivity we must have in order to perform something. Okay. Hope. It sounds crazy, but however, what if you do not have any hope? For example, I have no hope to get something done. Will you work? No. Optimism is an attitude, a positive attitude, the internal or the dispositional state. Optimism. If you think everything will not be happen, okay, do you want to work? No. And resilience is also the part of the greed. Okay, resilience is positive way of the coping with adversity or the distress. Okay, so what will happen if you fail? If you fail, okay, and then there are two ways you fail, or you overcome and stand again. And try again, try again, try again. We call that is a resiliency. Okay. And do you believe any successful? Do you know any successful businessman who didn't experience any failure? Can you tell me? Is there any successful entrepreneurs or successful business guys who never experienced that failure? I bet no, zero. There is no business who never experienced that failure. What is the difference from the successful entrepreneurs and successful businesses from failures and the losers? They try until they make it. They try and try and try again until they make it, until they make a success. That's it. So the psychological capital is a psychological resource that make us to work. So that can be defined as a psychological capital. Capital. Okay, good. Okay, and finally, we need to talk more about it, the more fundamental things: physiological capital and the spiritual capital, and that can be understood as energy. That's a physical energy, and that's a spiritual or the mental energy. Okay, energy. Energy. What if? Okay, so did I say that the burnout syndrome? Is there anybody who experienced this burnout syndrome? Do you know the burnout syndrome? When you complete all final exams in last semester, okay? And what did you feel? And could you do something? Could you do something for a moment? Could you do something when you complete all the final exams last semester? What did you feel? You feel totally consumed your energy, exhausted. Totally no energy to do something. Don't want to do anything. Absolutely. Exactly. So then we call that is a burnout state. You totally burnt out. And however, that is short. That is relatively short. And you work just 3 or 4 months. You just work 3 or 4 months for a semester. But what will happen if you spend around 20 years? 20 years? No, 10 years. For 10 years, you work 24/7, and you work 24/7 and work around 10 hours a day as an accountant or a business consultant. Just imagine you work 10 years, 24/7, 10 hours a day as a professional business problem solver. Many of the business guys, we totally burnt out. Boring, exhausted. I don't want to do anything. I don't have the energy to do something. I totally burnt out. We call that is a burnout. And really, that is not just an emotional something. That is not a psychological something. Physically, we totally burnt out. Physiologically, we totally burnt out. And spiritually, no spirit. Even though even though you have money, even though you have a good organizational capability, and even though you have a good networks with somebody, even though you are good at working something, okay, even though you have a will to work, physiologically and spiritually, you have nothing. You don't have any energy to do something. That happens. We call that is a burnout. I could observe this kind of person a lot. When I work as a business consultant, I worked with a business accountant and the business consultant, or the many experts in the business making, manufacturers, engineers, R&D, scientists, a lot, and the HR guys. I could observe a lot of people totally consumed their energy and they leave their job because they cannot perform. So they don't have any money to perform their job. Then they leave. Do you think that you will not experience these kind of things? I think you will experience this. Definitely. You will experience. You don't have energy to do something. After 5 years, after 7 years, after 10 years, after 20 years, I don't know about her, you definitely will experience that burnout. So then, how we can manage this? We don't need to burn out our life. We need to manage our energy, not time. And that concept of managing energy, not time, comes from the Tony Schwartz. Tony Schwartz, and he proposed this concept at the Harvard Business Review. And where is that? Okay, in the Google Classroom or the not Google Classroom. In somewhere, okay, you probably Google Classroom or the Blackboard, and there must be a resource part, and there must be an article of this. Anyway, so Tony Schwartz, and he proposed that the manage your energy, not your time. Why? We need to keep our energy in order to avoid burnout. So then, what is that concept? And then I will show a short video to understand that. And that will be fun. Okay. Can you see this? Can you see this? Can you see the YouTube? Okay, good. Then I will play that, and please listen.
Manage your energy, not your time. Time management may seem like the right solution when you can get everything you need done, but it won't help if you're exhausted. Energy is the feeling of capability. Goals, dreams, and fulfillment give you motivational energy. Trust, friends, and family give you emotional energy. Mindfulness, experiences, and knowledge give you intellectual energy. Sleep, recovery, and exercise give you physical energy. You've probably come across personal development and self-help books that talk about the importance of motivation and life goals. These things are important, but they are not the core. If you are tired on a physical level, you don't have the energy for big emotional or intellectual challenges. Physical recovery is a science nobody talks about. Only professional athletes know how important it is. Think of your body as a car you use to move through life. It's the only car you have. You can't sell it and get another one. How far you get in life and how quickly you can get there depends on how well you take care of your car. If you're not scheduling regular oil changes and maintenance, you'll find yourself in disrepair. Want to avoid a breakdown? Here are some tips. First, our body is designed to move, which is why studies show that we think better when we exercise. Without exercise, your car rusts. When it rusts, you feel unmotivated and exhausted. Second, our body is not designed to work for 8 hours straight. You need to take 15-minute breaks every hour. If you do a ton of intellectual labor, eat or go for a walk during breaks. If you do manual labor, eat or take a break to think. Third, sleep is the absolute minimum you owe your body every day. When you sleep, your body recovers so you can get things done. Fourth, fuel. You know that you can't put just any kind of fuel or engine oil in your car. Do you really think your body is okay with junk food and soda? Your body needs the kind of fuel it was designed for: water, nuts, fruits, vegetables, fresh meat, and fish. Don't just eat for yourself. Eat to take care of your body and your brain. And one last bit of advice. If you're tired, it always means one thing. You have to give your body a chance to recover. What's the best way to do this? Remember that proper recovery is always active, not passive. Most people want to sit on the couch and watch TV, but this kind of rest won't give your body what it needs. Take a walk in the park, get a massage, hit up a yoga class, or meditate. It's important to find something that works for you. Use stress and energy measurements to track and experiment with different recovery techniques. Taking care of your car always requires getting up and doing something, like taking it to the repair shop or the car wash. The same applies to your body. Trust us, it will pay off.
Okay, good. A second. Shut down. Let's see. 709. Ah, no. Like coincident. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So please manage your energy, not your time. Okay, the energy is matter. That's a physiological capital I define. Okay, and that is also related with the emotional energy or the spiritual energy, spiritual capital. Okay, and yeah, okay, so I have a question about it. Why do you work hard? Olivia, why do you work hard? Hmm? Haley, why do you work hard? Get good grade. What will happen if you get a good grade? What is the purpose of the getting a good grade? Help me to get a good. What is the meaning of the having a good job? The good job will make you happy. Absolutely. So anybody will, okay, absolutely make money. Okay, so then money make you happy? How much money do you need? How much money do you need to be happy? Isn't it curious? How much money do I need to be happy? Just to give me your expectations. And 5 million RMB? The more the better? No, how much? How much? Just tell me. Tell me. 5 million RMB, 5 million RMB. How about that in dollars? How 5 million RMB? That's around 1 million, 1 million, $1 million around the $1 million. Yeah, around the $1 million. Then $1 million, $1 million is around. Okay, yeah, not bad. Okay, you can make it. That's not a big deal. Tell me, please. Tell me, how much do you need? Well, let you keep a good quality of. Oh, okay. So whatever. Okay. So whatever. Yeah. How much money do you need to be happy? Just guess. And a few number of you know the answer. If somebody took my OB class, maybe you know that. OB what HR class from me. Okay, so you know the answer. Tell me, how much do you need to be happy? 5 million, clear. Yeah, it's not ambitious. Okay, then yeah, you can do it. That's not a big deal. So then, if you have a 5 million RMB, you will be happy. I don't think so. Cindy, how much money do you need to be happy? Where is Chloe? Chloe, zero because no. Jerry, no, don't say that. We are business. What is our purpose of the business? We want to make money. I know you're a happy boy, but however, yeah, in general, we have a magic number. Okay, so yeah, we studied, and the economists, the psychologists, and the business scholars, we studied about the. Okay, so what? The very simple question. Okay, so can we buy happiness? Answer was yes. Answer was yes. When we studied a lot, and we can buy happiness. And second, how much money do we need to get happy? We got the answer. Okay, that's around 70,000 per year. We know that from $0 to $70,000, the human happiness is increasing. That's linear. Okay. However, if we got more than $70,000 per year, our happiness is getting down. We are getting unhappy if we have too much money, really. And probably that is around that 30,000 RMB, $30,000 in China. That's around the 30,000 US dollar. Okay, so that's around the 200,000 RMB per year. Yeah, that's around the 200,000 RMB per year. Yeah, around. Okay, so yeah, just guess. If you get 200,000 RMB per year salary, can you be happy? Are you okay? Are you get happy when you got a 200,000 RMB per year? No. Do you need more money? Do you need more? No. Per year, yeah, per year. It's not enough. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So how much? Not enough. Okay. So how much money do you need? Okay. So how about 630. Okay. So 300,000. I'm making a deal. 300,000 RMB per year for fresh graduate. For whatever. 70 US dollars. Yeah. I know. But how about in China? In China, I'm asking. Okay, so 3,000 RMB per year. Because your living expenses is relatively lower than the US. Not enough. So how much money do you need? Yeah, I know the more the better. But practically speaking, So do you need 5? Yeah, okay. How about the 5? Okay, so originally 500,000 RMB. 500,000 RMB make you happy? Big city. Okay, I got the point. Okay, so but yeah, depends on the place. I know. Okay, so Shanghai or Beijing. Okay, yeah, and no loan, absolutely no loan. So yeah, we start no kid. We see no kid. But how about if you marry somebody and then maybe you will have a double income. Whatever. Okay. So we get to know money. We can buy money. We can buy happiness by money. Okay. So until the $70,000 per year and the 500,000 RMB. Okay. However, if we get more than those kind of the level of the financial resources, it's getting more burdensome. It's getting more unhappy. We consumed a lot of our energy to manage that kinds of the financial stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, what? Why we happy? Why we unhappy? To get to, even though we have more money, the more money, the more to get unhappier. Why? Oh, it's easy. Okay. So what is the meaning? Okay, what is the meaning of getting more money? Do more good job. Do more better job. Like who get the more than the 500,000 RMB? The high ranked officers, the business officers, the executives, and who else? And the business guys, business problem solvers. And how much they work in a day? We work 24/7. Okay, accountant maybe, or a business consultant. We work 24/7 and we work 7 days a week. How we can make that kinds of money? Because we work like crazy. We work like a slave. No life. Even though we make a lot of money, but we don't have any life. And then we get unhappy. Really? Don't you think so? Why we can get more salary from organization? Because we work like more. We work like crazy. So then, can you be happy? There must be optimal levels of something. Balance, yeah, that's a balanced one. Okay, the not very high demand, not very high stress, but however that's manageable stress, and then lower than the money. Okay, we need more stuff. Okay, so that's our finding. Really, we did those kind of research, and I know, and we know. However, motivation is one thing, and then your sense of purpose of life. What is your purpose of life? Your purpose of liking is making more money. When you die, how you can be happy? How you can describe your life? Making money. Clear. Absolutely. Protect the people I love. Absolutely. Then, are you doing something to protect your people you love? What are you doing? Making money. It's iterative. Exactly. But however, we need to think about what is our sense of purpose, and that give you a purpose, that give you a goal, and that give you a meaning of life, meaning of jobs, meaning of profession, meaning of your actions. I define that is a spiritual capital. Spiritual capital in my heart, what I want to do. And for me, yeah, I keep the good jobs like engineering. I keep the good jobs at the business consultant. I keep from the U.S. schools and something. Why? Because I really want to develop the best of the best global business expert who can lead us to a better society. That is my personal mission. Then I am doing what I love to do. Even though that is not easy, but I'm happy. I am doing what I want to do. That gives you motivation. That gives you energy to do something better. Okay, so that's a physiological capital, and that's a psychological, that's a spiritual capital. Okay, so probably we can make more money. Not only for the financial money, we need to develop the organizational capital, social capital, human capital, physiological, psychological capital, physiological capital, spiritual capital. Okay, this is just a part. This is very small part, very tiny something. We need to make a balance. We need to develop the multiple capitals that help us to win without fighting in our life. I hope. And yeah, this is my personal practice, how to manage my multiple capitals. Okay, that's all. I define that as an energy planner. Energy planner. Okay, we have 7 days. Okay, and however, in order to develop that spiritual capital, I define my purpose. My life purpose is developing the people who can lead us to a better society. And in order to achieve my purpose, and I have something to do. I have something to do. Okay, what I have to do, I'm personal to do, and I work to do. Here, I define this, and I accomplish this. I accomplish this. And then there is a priority things. Okay, then I must do something in this week. And then there is a priorities of my weekly affairs. Then I define this. I must work in here. I must do this in this time. This time I do something, and then I must complete this in here, like this. And then I summarize what I am doing in here. Then I manage my time and my energy like this. Okay, and then in order to create more multiple capitals. For example, okay, so every Monday I manage my the bank account, I manage the stock something. On Monday, it takes only 15 minutes to manage. But how about continually every week, I manage my financial money. Okay, and on Sunday, I go to church and I go to somewhere and in order to meditate myself, in order to reflect my life purpose. And every Saturday, I go to mountain, I go take a walk to refresh my body, psychological capital or the physiological capital. Like this, we manage the wherever. Okay, so the very silent place, the mountain, church, or Buddhist temple, where the mount, or the nature, or the lake, whatever. Okay, I need time. I need time to think. I need time to wash my emotions. Yeah, that's the help. That's the help. Absolutely. So, like this, we can win without fighting if we cultivate and we create and if we sustain the high level of the multiple capitals. Okay? Good. And let's see. And I must say something about this. Oh, mine. What is that? Hey. No? Do I have that? No, that's not. Okay. There's here. Oh, yeah, okay. And just give me 5 more minutes. Okay. So I want to introduce that my work at the local currency. And maybe we can utilize that, how we can create more competitive advantage. We learned about those kind of things, okay? And then maybe we can apply those kind of our strategic options into a certain public goods. And that is my case. And when I was a PhD student at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, I could observe some bad things. What happened at the Urbana-Champaign community. Although the Champaign-Urbana residents get incomes from the community, and they consume at the non-local businesses who have a little concern with regard of their community economy. And simply, the Urbana-Champaign people get a lot of money from the community, but however, they spend their money on the Walmart, Amazon.com, and then there is no the community economy. Okay, when people shop at the local store, and more than 68% of the money will be residing and will be kept within the community. But however, the store, if they consume their money, big box retailers or the Walmart and something, that's going out. More than 50% of their resources going out. And if you buy something at the Taobao or the Amazon.com, more than 80% of money goes out somewhere outside of the community. It's wrong. It's something wrong. So then I applied at the microportals 5 process. What is happening? Okay, there is a critical challenge to community economy and the local businesses. And the first thing is that the threat of the substitute, big box retailers like Walmart and the local businesses in the community and Amazon.com. Absolutely, there is a threat of the substitute. This is high. This is high. And there is a weak purchasing power of the buyers. And the Urbana-Champaign is a local community, and that's not very rich. And people didn't have enough power to buy something. So these two are the most important issues, problem. This is a problem. I identify a problem, define the problem. Then I apply for the value curve analysis, and then I got to know the brand power. This is local business, this is local business, this is a non-local business, like Walmart. We cannot compete. We cannot compete these kind of things. But however, definitely we can compete with customer relationship quality. Local businesses will make a better customer relations. I identified a solution, and then I benchmarked a few number of the examples, like more than the 115 communities in the US have the local currency system. Okay, like Berkshire in the Massachusetts, and B-Note at the Baltimore, and the Potomac Dollars in the Washington D.C., and the NC Planning and the Chapel Hill in the North Carolina. And I visited these 5 communities to study about it, how that kinds of money, local money, was worked. Like this. This is a Berkshire. This is Washington, Baltimore Dollars. Then why not? And then I cultivated, I defined, and I integrate those kind of findings to make a SWOT analysis and to build up this kind of the different strategies. A long story short, I applied at the hedgehog strategy, and then that is the purpose of those kind of projects is cultivating and organizing the highly networked local customers who are oriented to community value creation and the local businesses development. That was an application of the strategy. So then I made that kinds of things happen, and then within the 3 years, and then the University of Illinois, the UC Smiles, I defined that, and UC Smiles was become the second largest local currency system for community development. And however, unfortunately, I left the community. I left at the Urbana-Champaign. So then, yeah, that the community actions was vanished, unfortunately. And I came to China. So unfortunately, yeah, that we lost something. Anyway, I did something good for local community, for public, by using our business strategy stuff to solve business problems. So my question is, maybe you can find those kind of the application of the strategy management by using our competitive advantage in order to make a good thing in the society. Please find out a case in China. There are tons of thousand ways. And then what kinds of competitive advantage they used, how they make that can happen. And that is your assignment. But however, maybe you will be surprised. You have tons of thousand cases by using the strategic analysis, by using the strategy management. Many of the Chinese people contribute themselves to make the Chinese society better. I bet you can find it. Okay, good. That is it. That is it. And do you have any question? Any concern? Any question? Is there anything I can help you? So far so good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. I'd better to start.